the UK street food market is changing the way we eat in this country, isn't it? I don't know about you, but over the past few years, I've been to quite a lot of street food markets. They keep money local, they offer unique menus, and also you get to try new things. And to celebrate this, the British Street Food Awards, set up in 2009, are being held, and the final is this week. And one of the finalists is my next guest, Dan Woodhead from Huddersfield. He's the owner of Bowbros 23, and he's here to tell us all about the awards and also just have a chat about food, one of my favourites. Welcome to the show, Dan.
Hi, Louis. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And also, you must be absolutely over the moon to make it to the finals.
Absolutely, yeah. The British Street Food Awards is it's one of the biggest things for many street food traders, and it really puts us on the map. Like for sole traders and small businesses, it's really good for us to get us recognised.
Yeah, totally. And I love a bit of street food, Dan. So go on, tell us. It's Bowbros 23, isn't it, that you're an owner of? Talk me through your menu. What are we looking at here?
Oh, okay. So we do Asian steam buns. Um, and it's pretty popular. Like we're very popular around the scene right now, so it's a very good business to be in, especially street food.
Mm.
So we do Asian steamed buns. On the menu right now, we have a black sesame crusted halibut with
Ooh.
a tamarind glaze and a smoked cucumber salsa and wild black popcorn
Ooh.
rye.
Dan, you're killing me. Tell me more. I need to know more.
So that's a very popular one. The reason behind it is so we'd like to do a lot of East meets West.
Mm.
Just because some people can be a bit frightened of trying new things sometimes. So what we like to do is we like to give them a bit of something familiar.
Mm.
So like halibut is a very kind of rock star fish in the UK that you'll find in a good restaurant. And then like a tamarind and wild black rice, especially the different ways that we use it to create those textures. Just to give them something familiar and then something a bit out there. So you've got something that people will buy and taste a little bit of something different. We also have a gochujang braised beef brisket with a chipotle mayo, pickled daikon, and pomegranates to give it that freshness.
And
Want one more?
do you know what? you're literally transporting me to another world. All I can think about is eating these things. I did want to ask you about daikon though, Dan, because I hear about this all the time. What is daikon?
Well, daikon, we call it in the UK is mooli, but the reason I call it daikon is I worked in Australia for a number of years. But daikon, it's like a very large radish.
Oh, okay, I get you. I'm with you.
But
So
like huge radish.
and then pickled and put in one of your bao buns.
Yeah.
Like it.
That's
I
it.
like it a lot. Give us one more then. One more really popular one.
Okay, so another really popular one is with the vegetarians. So we use a product called umi, which is very similar to halloumi, but it's from Hungary, and it's a little bit more versatile. It's a little bit more stringy. It gives you that better eat. So we do a lemon myrtle crumbed halloumi with an Italian slaw, and then we hit that with a yuzu and a sumac mayo.
Oh my God, you're blowing my mind, Dan. Absolutely blowing my mind. Producer Katie and I are sat here like literally drooling. This sounds so good. And also with the Asian fusion stuff, do you find that people really do need like a hook? Like you were talking about the halibut there. That's really interesting. Do you think here in the UK and especially in Yorkshire, we want to hear one thing that we recognise and then we're happy to dip our toes?
Yeah, well, I think that's really important for what we do because I think as street food as a whole now, we've been very used to burgers, fish and chips, hot dogs. I think now what we're looking at is we're looking to take it all to the next level.
Yeah.
So within the street food itself, I think there's a lot of people pushing a lot harder to deliver stuff from their food trucks and from their gazebos. Like, it's very difficult to put that product on a plate from a pop-up kitchen.
Yeah.
So putting this stuff to the next level, I think you've got to start hitting those big flavors, those new things, and you've got to put yourself aside from the rest.
And to anyone that's listening, that when they go out and they go to these places and their go-to, like you said, is a hot dog or a hamburger or fish and chips or whatever, what would you say? How would you sell the concept of Bao Bros 23 or any of this sort of very unique flavour to someone like that?
Oh, well, I think what we do at Barbara's 23 when we turn up somewhere, we like to give it a lot of flair. I've always got somebody outside the truck communicating with the customers. We always
Mm,
put something on display so they can see what they're buying.
yeah.
And then because we're out there and we're in front of the customers, they can come and talk to us. They can speak to the chefs. They know exactly what they're going to get, and it's a very good environment to be in because you can really portray what you're trying to give to the people of Yorkshire.
That's such a good point as well, Dan, because sometimes I'm really adventurous with food. I will always go for something I've never had before over something that I've had. But sometimes I just want to see what it looks like. And you don't get that a lot, I think, where you go to up to somewhere like a pop-up street market and I'm like, I wonder what it looks like. And then it comes and it's always a surprise. So I like that element of you showing people like, this is what you're ordering. Now, you are in the finals for the UK, street market, British Street Market Food Awards. How did you get into the food industry? What is your background?
My background is I was pushed into it. I'm going to throw that out there. I was pushed into it because I got to a point in my life where I'd finished school and I didn't know what I was going to do. Like a lot of youngsters going through that right now. I feel you. And my grandma pushed me into it and she said, go to college, get yourself something to do. And I was a late enroller and there was two options. I
Mm.
had to go and finish some more GCSEs or there was to sign up and learn catering. So I did that and I loved it. I loved every second of it and I wouldn't look back. So I did the college. We won a few competitions in college. I got scouted to go and work for Hotel Divan in Harrogate. That was maybe 16 years ago.
Wow.
And then I worked under a very renowned chef called Tom Van Zeller, who worked with the likes of Tom Akins, some big names, because I'm a very classically French trained chef.
Mm.
And then I moved on to take my first head chef job at 21. Quickly realised that I had a lot to learn, and then went back to being under other people.
Yeah.
Then a friend of mine said to me, he was an Australian guy who worked on the islands of the Isles of Scilly, and he said, "How would you like to go to work in a shorts and singlet every day in Melbourne?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I want to do
Yeah, shorts and a
that."
singlet. Yeah, that's totally my vibe.
So within 2 weeks, I was out of the UK and into Australia, and that's when it hit me. It's such an Asian influence of food over there. And the first restaurant that I walked into and started working in, I felt completely out of depth because there's all these different flavors, there's all these different products, there's all these different ways of seasoning and stuff of the sort. And I was like, this is crazy. It's opened up a whole new world of flavor. And then my head chef there put on bao buns or bao, because if you say bao buns, I want everybody to know this. If you say bao buns, you're basically saying bun bun.
Oh, you're saying buns twice. It's like garlic bread, isn't it? That. Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
or what is the other one? Naan bread that people say, and it's just bread.
yeah, bread. Or some people say garlic aioli, and
Yeah,
it's
garlic aioli. That's what I was thinking of.
aioli, it's garlic aioli.
Yeah.
And then I just saw the process of making it, and then I tried one, and I was like, this is amazing. It's like a little fluffy cloud of happiness. And what it is it's a serving vessel of whatever you want to put in it to give to your customer. So
Mm,
just like a burger bun is two slices of bread or a sandwich is two slices of bread, it's about what you put inside it. That's the
absolutely.
real.
And look at where you are now, Dan. This is incredible. So how's it all going to work then? Is there some sort of big fancy do for the British Street Food Awards?
Um, Fancy do. It's fancy for us. I mean, big shout out to British Street Food Awards because Richard particularly has he's really brought this forward over the last 11 years. Because street food wasn't really a thing 11 years ago. So he's well ahead of his time. And
Mm.
what he's actually done for the whole community as the street food traders is he's really vamped it up. He's really given people a lot of opportunity to get out there and be seen and
It's a really lovely thing, I think. You know, because we've got places like Trinity Kitchen in Leeds, and there's all sorts of different things happening in Leeds that you go and find, and that it's literally people who are so passionate about the food that they're making, and it's not like anything that you can get in a restaurant. And for me personally, going to street markets and food markets, I've discovered so many new cuisines that I love now that I never would have if those pop-up places didn't exist.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and another thing, big shout out to all those street food traders out there because there is quite often only 1 to 4 people doing that, and like it is so difficult to produce that and keep it going. And they're there every weekend. A lot of them are working 16, 17 hours a day. So like Michelin-starred chefs,
Yeah.
like I've been stuck in the kitchen for a long time, like 17 hours a day, 6 days a week. These guys are still doing it, man. They're still killing it.
Hmm. It's a wonderful thing, Dan. Congratulations to making it to the finals. I've genuinely, I could speak to you about food all day, but we won't because I'm already getting hungry for my tea. Thank you for being here, though. Dan Woodhead from Huddersfield. He's a finalist in the British Street Food Awards. He's the owner of Bowbros 23. And I hope that this is a worldwide takeover now, Dan. I must say, I want some bow in my life.
Can we jump in with one last thing?
Yeah, of course you can.
Just real quick. We are down to the last 5 best-looking food vans in the UK. And if anybody out there that's listening right now, if they can take 1 minute of their time to hit on the Instagram or Facebook. If you go into Instagram, the link is in our bio. If you just give us a little vote, that would give us a big push.
There you have it. Not only the beloved van looking great, but also the food tasting great. What more could you possibly want? Dan, thank you so much for being here this afternoon. Good luck at the awards. Let us know how it all goes. Dan Woodhead there from Huddersfield is a finalist. Love a bit of street food. Love a bit of food chat as well. That is one of my favourite things to do. To everyone now who's thinking about what they're going to have for the tea. I mean, I would apologize.